Nu skal det handle om Watch Dogs. Jeg har taget herover til dejlige Chicago for at se nærmere på det meget populære Watch Dogs. Jeg har fået en snak med en udviklerne og en hacker, og hvad de havde at sige om spillet og omkring sikkerheden, kan du se lige her.
Okay, we got a bunch of dead bodies, right? We got 40,000 people above us. We need a distraction. I called the cops.
You did?
Oh, yeah, true story. So, cops arrive, and Maurice's little band of brothers arrive, and pow, 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 pow.
Jordy, tell me you're joking.
No, I called them too. Look, we get a messy altercation at the end of the game. You and I slip away undetected. You'll appreciate the plan tomorrow.
The biggest challenge in making Watch Dogs is it's a very elaborate game. It's creating gameplay through the systems. There's so many systems talking with each other that it was a real challenge to find the right gameplays, the right hacks, the right things that will help the player at all times. Because it's basically the gameplay generates itself through the player interactions. So from a game design perspective, that was the greatest challenge. The game is really big. Our main focus was density, meaning all the civilians have their personal information and we generate them on the fly. There's many districts that you can explore, out of town, like Man Mile, The Loop, and they're all very different. And every civilian will have something in them, so you can find side missions or like their bank accounts, so crime detection. So as you profile all these people, you will unlock a lot of the content of the game. And I have to mention the seamless online multiplayer I think is really, really fun because you don't need to stop playing your game to play with others. You know, that's the core philosophy is you just continue your game progression, play with others, come back and continue everything you gain, your skills, your experience points, your weapons, your money, you can use in single player as well when you're playing the campaign.
Unlike virtually any mainstream production so far, the hacking bits inside the game are absolutely credible and rooted in real research. When we see things like hacking CCTV, hacking cars, hacking cell phones, this is based on real research which have been done by security experts, and this is why I believe the game is a good step forward in the depiction of hackers in mainstream media. It's true that in the game, hacking seems very easy. You're hacking into a car in 2 seconds, you're hacking into pretty much everything easily. And in real life, of course, it's not like this. I say that, for instance, hacking cars is believable. Also, it's like 6 months research before you actually get to do something. So that's kind of like the limit. But, at the end of the day, this is a game, it's entertainment, and it has to be fun. If you had to, solve like differential equations for 6 months before actually doing anything inside the game, it would kind of like, void the fun for most people. I would find it fun, but most people wouldn't. So in terms of protecting yourself against hacking and improving your security, in reality you cannot do very much. I suggest that instead of giving you a short list of 3 or 5 topics on how to protect yourself, I mean if I had given you this list 15 years ago, every single point would have proven wrong today. So I'm very reluctant to give such a short list. I think the only way to actually increase your security is to increase your understanding and your awareness of what's happening. In this respect, I think the one thing people can do is spend just a little bit of time, maybe half a day, to learn programming. The idea behind it is like, most people don't have a use for, using programming languages, but they have a use for understanding the technology behind it. And this fact of learning how to program just absolutely changes the view you will have on technology and computers in general.
We picked Chicago for many reasons. First, it's fresh and new. It hasn't been done in a lot of games. The backstory of Chicago, there's a lot of richness in the history with the crime and the Great Fire. The surveillance system, the technology in Chicago is really advanced. The L train, everything that it brought, the drawbridges, so it was really interesting from that perspective. And essentially, it was such a great pick for us. I have a hard time seeing a better city than Chicago right now. Is there any RPG element in the game? Yes, there's a full skill tree. And as you every action you do, every mission you do will give you experience points, and you can basically unlock all the hacks, the character skills, the driving skills, and the crafting through an RPG-like, system, which is basically a full skill tree of things to develop. We chose to delay the game because it wasn't finished. I mean, we were at the point where we had to make some bad decisions. We would have to cut corners and remove stuff, and ship the game in a state we were not happy with. So rather than doing that, we decided to take more time. It was a hard decision. We thought we were going to make it, and then we just didn't make it. And I think it's better to make sure we ship something we're proud of and we feel is to the level we want for players, than to just push it out the door, too quickly. So I think it was a great decision in the end.
Det var det. Skriv din mening hernede i kommentarfeltet, og husk at like og dele indslaget med dine venner, og så ses vi igen næste gang.